Hi, my name is Angelica, and this is the Angelica Unfiltered channel where I talk about health, wellness, weight loss, but mostly fat acceptance. Today I wanted to react to this lady on TikTok called Queen Beast Says. I feel like she's had a couple of viral videos, and I have definitely seen a handful of people in the anti-fat acceptance community over here on YouTube talk about her or react to some of her videos. I think she's had a handful of them go viral. And I was watching one of Honey Bison's videos yesterday, and she was like, I would be interested to hear Angelica's perspective on this, because she used to be in fat acceptance. And so I was like, you know what, I've been meaning to react to this crazy lady, so why not? Why not fucking react to her? Because I need to make some content for y'all. So this is the Diva in Mention. I feel like most of the videos I have seen from her that went viral are like when she has like red ginger-ish hair.
I went for a walk on Saturday, and these are...
Oh, I think you guys always fucking roast me when I say her name. Leona from Shakira Transformations. Whatever, I said it wrong. Whatever. Leave a comment, say, Angelica, you're fucking stupid. You don't know how to pronounce her name. No, I don't. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. But she just reacted to this video. And then I think one of her viral videos is talking about how her ex-roommate didn't want to fuck her when she was fat or something.
Not skinny, I can't give that to them. So they don't take the time.
To add my 2 cents, I experienced that moment where I was really head over heels for my housemate. This is when I was in a larger body, and I thought he liked me too.
You're still humongous. If you're in the anti-fat acceptance sphere on YouTube, you've probably seen her. And this is what she looks like. I'm not body shaming. I'm just stating a fact. She looks humongous. She can't even properly hike up her panties. She is from the UK, so a size 26, 28 would be a size 22, 24 here in the US, because for some reason, US sizes are smaller than the United Kingdom for some reason. Love that trash bag on you, sis. You look like someone's old grandma's couch that's getting thrown away. Like, oh my god. What is that one? I can't even think of what the fuck it was called. It's been so long since I've taken a math class. In math, when you learn this type of graph.
Girls' underwear looks like a fucking parabola graph.
Look how high up the underwears are on the side. And then how low it gets. I've never seen anyone wear underwear like this. Like, you can't even wear underwear properly because your belly is so humongous. I still have the belly. The last time I showed you guys my stomach, you're like, that's not even a belly. Girl, respectively, you are so kind. I love you, but I still have a belly. Your underwears should be like this. You see this? Your underwears should be like this. Yeah, I get sometimes they're a little high on the side. Cute. Now look at hers. It's sort of like, I can't even do it. Like, how are they hiked up that much? Like, she should have a fucking wedgie in her labia. Like, how? How do your underwears look like that? How is the waistband here and then the sides nearly at your waist? Almost touching the bottom elastic of your Calvin Klein bralette. Fat people literally defy physics. I don't get it. I don't. And this is not even the video I wanted to talk about. I just got distracted. I'm sorry. Here are her latest videos. Fat acceptance is in a flop era, so we're not getting lots of views, which I love to see. And Queen is no longer ginger. She has dyed her hair platinum. This video was posted September 24th. People, the rise in GLP-1s and the galvanizing. Word of the day, galvanizing. The process of applying protective zinc to iron or steel to prevent rusting. Okay, so maybe to like preserve. Let's use our context clues here. You know, I'm about a hair away from illiterate. The whatever she said, of diet culture is truly concerning when it comes to how systems in society treat larger and different body types. Sally 29010 but I feel amazing. Girl, what the fuck are you saying?
It's not essential for you to add in your personal fantastic experience on Manjaro on a video where people are criticizing GLP-1s.
Why not? If everyone is talking shit about something that literally has changed your life for the better, why is someone not allowed to share their experience? Is someone else's positive experience destroying the illusion that fat acceptance has created for its cult members? Asking for a friend.
Diet culture, skinny talk, thin is in, and how those aspects are in lockstep with the rise in fascism.
If people in fat acceptance could not talk about BIPOC people, disabled people, capitalism, fascism, they would literally have no argument. They just try to align with either these struggles of different minority groups that are complete victims to their circumstances, or fat acceptance tries to place himself in a victimhood mindset and acts like they're literally being deleted off the planet. If anything, people in the fat acceptance communities are literally fascist because when someone leaves the fat acceptance community, they're deemed dead. If you do not follow the rules of all of the dictators in the fat acceptance community, you are no longer seen as human. You are seen as the enemy. That sounds pretty fascist to me, in my opinion. But what do I know?
And conservatism.
I love how they equate like being a healthy weight to being conservative. So does that mean that every person that's liberal has to be a fat, lazy fuck? No, the things do not correlate.
Sally 90210 do not need to add in how much better you feel on GLP-1s, because that's not the point.
I would beg to differ. That's literally the point of the medication. To help people lose weight, to help people lessen their inflammation, get their different hormones under control, better people's insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. No? Not clicking for anyone else? Okay, just me.
This is bigger than someone's individual personal experience.
A community is a bunch of different people. So an individual person does matter because altogether, multiple people create groups or communities. So when you have multiple fat acceptance people in this cult all talking shit about GLP-1s and how it's going to lead to the extermination of fat people, we have other people here in a different community that share a different personal experience and share how it's literally changed their life. If you cannot handle someone disagreeing with you or having a different lived experience than you, then you are very close-minded and insecure because you cannot handle being around anyone that is different, and you cannot handle having a conversation or a discussion or a debate. People in the fat acceptance community act like they're so woke and empathetic when they literally act like dictators.
This is larger systemic and societal attitudes towards people of differing body types, non-conforming.
Non-conforming, so do you choose to not be conforming? Are you telling me this is a personal choice to be fat as fuck?
Or perceived to be non-conforming.
Perceived to be non-conforming
body types. That's the issue. That's the issue. It's,
you know, the UK has an obesity problem just like America. Let's look it up. All right, I'll just look up UK because I'm not sure if she's in Britain. I don't know the difference, to be honest. Okay, according to this quick Google search, adults 18 and up in the UK, 64% are overweight or obese, 36% is overweight, 28% is obese. That means then, like the United States, over half of the UK population is overweight. 77% of American adults are overweight or obese. Almost everyone is fat. Even though, you know, over in the UK, the country or whatever the fuck that is over there is a lot smaller than the United States, percentage-wise, they are still
humongous.
Like us over here in the United States of America. You're not a minority group because you're fat. You're not being shunned away because you're fat. You're not being othered because you're fat. You are literally the norm. Do you not get that? Everyone is fat, as well as this lady, as well as myself, but I'm in the United States. So it's like, they act like they're so unique and being discriminated against and no one else is like them. And they're just this small little population that gets treated like shit. And it's like, you're just like everyone else. You're not special. I'm sorry. As much as you are fucking deluded and have some sort of intrusive thoughts about how everyone's thinking about you and your fucking 20-piece McNugget order and your fat rolls through your dress, they're not. You're just like everyone else. I'm sorry. You're not special. You're not discriminated against. And then after she posted this, she shared this one the next day.
Posted a video yesterday about GLP-1s, and I've had to block and delete so many comments. I'm assuming from bots.
Following in 𝒶𝒻𝒻𝒾𝓁𝓀𝓈 footsteps, I see. Blocking and deleting comments from people that disagree with her.
Where they're tagging pharmaceutical companies which are selling these drugs. And I just think, I don't know, I find it really dystopian that, like, there are these, like, bot farms or, powers, I just use, like, a really vague term, powers that are searching this app for any video talking about GLP-1s.
Because they want to make money.
So they could spam the comments to advertise their services. Like, I'm criticising GLP-1s and their contribution to, like, societal systemic attitudes and regimes and, like, how that's, like, really negative. But they don't care because they're hoping that someone might see my video about GLP-1s, maybe be intrigued to try it and be like, hey, well, here's a company here that sell it. And then, like, using my
all press is good press
video to sell and peddle their shit. I just find it really dystopian. And also, like, I don't think you should buy an injectable drug on a social media app. Like,
I don't think that you should promote fat acceptance on any social media app. If skinny talk is banned, I think that fat talk should be banned too.
Maybe I'm too millennial for that shit. And maybe this is just the modern way of thinking, but I just think, no. This is like a big laptop purchase. Yeah. I just think, like, how...
Not everyone has a laptop.
How rude to, like, try to hijack my video.
You're literally talking about how these comments are from bots, and now you're mad that they're hijacking your comment section.
And try to sell your shit on it. Like, fuck off, get out of here.
Okay, I'm a fucking moron. I just reacted to this and I wasn't recording. So let's watch it again. She posted this on September 4th. One from the drafts. I hesitated posting this just because then this is real and something I have to deal with. But I guess if anyone else out here that has struggled with eating, shopping, or both, I am here with you. BED recovery, shopping addiction.
I've been questioning for the past, I would say, 18 months.
She's been questioning this for 18 months. If I question something for more than 3 days, then I usually act on it. But if you've been questioning something for 1.5 years and you haven't done anything about it, that just shows you have literally no incentive to make change in your life.
Whether I truly resolved my binge eating disorder.
No, because we saw what you looked like earlier. Unless you have a 300-pound cyst from your PCOS, or somehow you also do fat synthesis, like biologist Tess Holliday, who also doesn't eat, but somehow is going to be the next candidate on 600-pound life, then you are probably still eating too much.
Or whether I just transferred and pivoted what it was I was getting that dopamine hit from.
Why not both?
Because I shop a lot. I have a poor relationship with money.
And food.
And I've been really questioning whether I need to do more fucking work. Sidebar. Leave me alone, brain. Like, I'm done. I'm done having to work on you. Like,
did you do any work in the first place? Or did you just talk to your ChatGPT therapist for 15 minutes and decided you were healed?
Just fucking resolve yourself at this point.
No accountability. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything else from Anyone that's in fat acceptance.
That was maybe very flippant, okay? But yeah, I wonder, like, because I have a really good relationship with food now and can easily, like...
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Like, I mean, I haven't binged in over 3 years now.
Let's go see if she's lost any weight. Because, you know, when you have BED, you usually gain weight because you eat way too much. So this video is from September 12th, 2022. That outfit is giving a sane asylum. Why does her fupa have a camel toe? If your fupa has a camel toe, then you should probably stop eating. Respectfully. She looks exactly the same that she does now. Her hair's just different. If you are recovered from your BED, then you will lose weight because you are no longer binge-ing. Look, she's doing the same thing with her underwear. What is that fucking graph called? I would do it with my 𝒸𝒨 calculator in pre-calc. I'm like, I want to call it parabola, but I don't think that's it. Oh, maybe that is. This is what her underwear looks like. Like, do you see it? She's doing pre-calc when putting on her underwear. Amazing. And to think this woman's not a scholar. She obviously knows math. If this woman is allegedly in recovery, you know, this video is from 3 years ago, she would look a lot different than she does now. Because, you know, if we talk about the opposite side of the spectrum, if someone restricted and had Anna is recovered and they were underweight, and if they're eating healthily and have better lifestyle habits, then they will gain weight because they're recovered and they're healthy. But she's clearly not recovered as much as she says she is. If anything, you know, I think she is. I guarantee this is what's going on. You know, when you have BED, you restrict yourself and then you become obsessed with food. So then you gorge, but then you feel guilty for gorging. So then you restrict and then you get obsessed with food again and then you gorge and then you feel guilty. So then you restrict, you know, the full cycle. You go around to the merry-go-round over and over and over and over again until somehow you can break it. But either she is delusional and can't identify those 4 stages in her BED, or she's just literally eating all waking hours of the day. She either is snacking all day, or she has a 800-calorie Dunkin' latte in her right paw at all times and is sipping on some delicious sugary beverage. Because there is no way that she can still... Oh, I don't know. Is she bigger? Her underwear can't even be hiked up anymore. How is this being recovered from BED? You are bigger than you were before. I'm waiting. What is the answer? What is the answer? How do you look like this if you are recovered? Oh my girl, that shapewear is not doing anything. This is recovery. This is recovery, guys. Did you know that? If you are not a UK size 24-26, then you are not recovered from your BED. Insanity. The insanity of these people is almost admirable. The hyperbole, parabola, vortex is almost gone. You can't even see the fucking panties anymore. She's recovered though. She's no longer... Oh, I think I showed this when I was recording the first time. Why isn't it showing it anymore? Her username used to be Queen Beast in Recovery. Now it's just Queen Beast Says. You know, this woman is in recovery. This woman is recovered. All right, back to this lady's video.
But I do shop, and I do, you know, and I do get that very similar, if not exactly the same high, which is that dopamine hit. And
we've talked about this in the comment section of a couple of the finance/weight related commentary videos I did. I reacted to a couple Caleb Hammer videos and then one of Social Simone. But from my personal experience, but also from your guys's as well, it seems like weight gain and poor financial health slash bad spending are all like, they all go hand in hand. And for myself included, like when I was in fat acceptance, when I was continuously gaining weight, I was also spending a lot of fucking money on clothes that I never wore. And as I've continued to lose weight, my clothing shopping has, I don't want to say come to a halt, because I definitely still buy clothes, but I am taking out or giving away a lot more clothes than I am taking in. Though really the only clothes shopping I've done in a while is, I kept getting an ad for this jacket on Instagram Reels, and it was cute, so I treated myself to that. A couple weeks ago, Old Navy had a buy one, get one free sale, so I bought myself some things, as well as Pablo some things. I've bought a couple t-shirts from small businesses, but that's it, really. I don't even thrift for clothes anyway, because at this point, like, I'm continuously losing weight, so it feels annoying to buy clothes that I know I'm only going to be wearing for a little bit, so I just try to buy, like, athleisure or shit that's stretchy, because I know I'm just going to get rid of it. Or when I was in fat acceptance and I was gaining a lot of weight, I also wanted to be like a plus size fashion influencer, so I was buying more clothes to make content out of, or to be trendy and seem cool and like I was on top of things. But I am not trying to be like a plus size content creator or fashion influencer, so that's another reason why I don't buy clothes either. I wear the same shit all over again. Pablo and I basically live out of our dryer because we just wear the same fucking clothes all the time. But since losing weight and tracking my calories, I feel like my finances have also gotten better. I don't have as much credit card debt. I am making more money because I'm doing YouTube and other things. I'm not spending nearly as much. So I think a lot of things in life are holistic, including physical health, mental health, financial health, spiritual health, etc. So if you are experiencing difficulty in one aspect of your life, I feel like it pulls down a lot of other things too, which then just makes it very difficult to get back up again. But that's why we just have to take it one day at a time.
So I've been looking at trying to get like help and therapy and guidance to navigate that. I hesitate to call it a shopping addiction because that sounds so severe, but I don't know what else to call it. So
addiction can look like different things for different people. And I would argue that if it's causing some sort of harm on you or your life, then it's probably some sort of issue, maybe even addiction.
If the shoe fits type thing, and I have a lot of shoes, just FYI.
If you think you have an addiction about something, then you probably do. Unless you're like a hypochondriac.
So, but then the BBC have literally put out a story this week about shopping addiction. And I am one who believes in the universe. And I feel like that's the universe going, yeah, Hannah, like fucking go get help, go resolve your shit. And I'm just saying all that just to be completely transparent and honest with y'all, because brains are weird. Brains are hard work.
But it's worth it to put in that hard work so you can live a better life. It sucks getting started, but it is always worth it in the end. You do not need to give up on yourself. It is never too late to try again. You can succeed if you put in the work, if you have the discipline.
And I also feel like I let myself down a little bit because I am in binge eating recovery.
Should we look at her again?
Why they keep calling her?
This is 3 years ago, but this is recovery. This is BED recovery. This is 2.5 years ago. This is BED recovery. Like, you can't even see the fucking underwear. If you told me she was nude, I'd believe you. You can't see anything. This was last month. This is BED oh my god. She looks like an inflatable sumo wrestler Halloween costume. She looks like she's parachuting out of a plane. Okay, Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky if she got lost in Chuck E. Cheese. Got him. Boing. She looks like a sail on a sailboat. She needs to ditch the blonde, I'm sorry. She's so warm toned, she can't do this icy platinum, respectfully. And I've accidentally been the wrong shade of blonde. It looks bad.
And I have resolved it.
I mean, we just looked at her. She's resolved it. That's why she looks like she's pregnant.
But then I'm like, but has it just manifested in a different way? And then does that make me a fraud?
I wouldn't say it makes you a fraud. I think it makes you unaware of how much you're actually struggling.
So I'm just kind of putting words to those negative thoughts.
Negative thoughts or just realization? Negative thoughts or reality?
So they're no longer just like running around my brain and doing me no favors. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
The caption is, I use fat as a neutral description word, so if I use it in a post and you try and throw it back at me as an insult, it doesn't pack the punch you think it does, and that should be obvious, but alas, we persist. This was posted August 14th.
I will post something where I call myself a fat woman because that's something that I am objectively. The word fat is a neutral description word.
I thought this dog was taking a piss in my room, but she's just chewing on my pillow. I've grown up with small dogs. I've had about, she'll be my 5th small dog, because I grew up with 4. And then Chewy was my childhood dog that I adopted when I graduated college. Since she's my 5th small dog, she's my smallest so far. She is the only one that I've ever had that has been a chewer. Chewy barely played with toys. He'd play fetch and shit. And you could try to squeak the toys. He could never figure it out. This bitch, she just loves to chew. She loves to chew on the corner of the rug. We have a bunch of different chew toys for her too, but I don't know. I think just chewing on shit tastes better than any sort of toy or bone a dog can have. I don't know why. I got her this freaking carrot thing on Amazon, and there's little pockets. You can shove a snack in it. And I just made that for her so I can keep filming. It's really funny. If I have a video of her doing it, I'll post it on the screen.
Sorry, am I interrupting?
Back to this crazy lady. This blonde literally does nothing for her. She looks like a senior citizen right now. This looks like she has an old filter on. I think this room has awful lighting. But then look at all these just lines, the gray hair. Don't get me wrong, I've had gray hair. I love having gray hair. But she looks like she's fucking 75 years old.
That I use. And clearly if I'm using it, then it doesn't have the...
I don't even remember what the fuck she was talking about. I got so distracted by my dog chewing on my pillow and then talking about how she gets a senior discount.
I will post something where I call myself a fat woman because that's something that I am objectively. The word fat is a neutral description word.
I would also describe you as super morbidly obese, but that has a negative connotation.
That I use. And clearly if I'm using it, then it doesn't have the negative connotations to me.
Yeah, the same way I'll call myself a bitch. Some people probably think that's a bad thing, but bitch is just girl to me. What's up? Bitch, are you fucking serious? It's like homie.
That maybe it does to other people, right? Literally, I posted this thing and I was like, oh, I am a fat woman who dresses really well. And I've had comments, people going, yeah, you got the fat bit right. You got the fat bit right.
So unbothered. So unbothered.
Yeah, I did.
Why do you care then? If you own the word fat, why do you care if people say it back?
What are we doing here? What is your motivation? Just FYI, if I call myself fat, you can't then throw fat at me as an insult. doesn't really land the same.
But clearly it's still triggers you because you're making this video. That reminds me of this one thing that Tess put in her book. You know, I really should just buy Aubrey Gordon's book because I need to have it on hand, like I do Tess Holliday's. Page 80 of Take Up Space, y'all. There's this section right here. It's called Tess's Use of the Label Fat. If you'd like to pause, you can read it yourself. Kelly, you've said in the past that you've embraced the word fat as a label for yourself. Now that's a choice because people use it in a negative way all the time. Tess, yeah, at first I did it just to be honest. I'm actually living in a body that's fat. That's an observation. And then if someone called me fat in a negative way, like they do on a daily basis, it wasn't a shock. Like, duh, yeah, everyone knows. Wow, you have eyes? Cool. Well, I guess we should... Kelly, makes sense. It's kind of like how some people in the LGBTQIA plus community started labeling themselves as queer. It used to be a slur, but now some people are proud to use it. Tess. Exactly. So I used fat and was proud to use it, but now I'm not sure how I feel. I've probably internalized some sort of hate that goes along with that word, to be honest. So while it has been empowering because it shut down a zillion trolls on social media, it also means that I have to work extra hard to combat those negative thoughts about myself. Even if you claim to use the word fat in a negative term, like Tess Holliday used to, reality still creeps back, and you start to internalize the negative stereotypes that come along with the word fat, or the negative meaning that goes along with the word fat, which you clearly aren't.
If you're doesn't really land the same. It would be like if you're self-aware enough to realize that you're stupid,
which you're clearly not. God, not to age shame, but she literally looks like she's a senior citizen, and she's like 30. I think she'd be a really beautiful woman. It's just being super morbidly obese ages the fuck out of you, and that white hair is not doing anything for you either, sister. I'm sorry.
Then me calling you stupid wouldn't touch the size because you've acknowledged that you're stupid. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a description word.
Do you identify with stupid? Because you probably should. You should create a stupid acceptance community next.
Good for, because I am stupid, but something tells me you haven't realized that you're stupid, so maybe that would hurt. Choices. I will...
Delusion. How do I feel about that? I mean, I agree in a sense, because I feel like I shouldn't identify with the word fat, but I still do, because technically I still am obese. I have to lose like 11 pounds just to be considered overweight, but I feel like if I was overweight, like I would still consider myself fat. You know what I mean? But I don't identify as fat the same way that I used to in the fat acceptance community. Like, it used to be almost like a personality trait when I was in the fat acceptance community. Being fat was something I used to wear with like a badge of honor. And now I'm just like, yeah, I'm fat. Like, but that's like the least important thing about me. That's like the least interesting thing about me. But I feel like back then, if I was in fat acceptance and someone called me fat, I would pretend like that word was empowering to me, but it would hurt my feelings because I was and couldn't comprehend how humongous I actually was. But now if someone called me fat, I'd be like, yeah, I know, I'm fucking working on it. Like, I've lost 80 pounds. Give me another 6 months to a year, and I could be a healthy weight, you know, check back up on me. Put a little reminder in your calendar. I'm doing something about it. I don't think I've had anyone call me fat in quite some time, besides myself. I feel like we're kind of on a GLP-1 tirade with her, so we can watch this video too. Notice how they keep calling them weight loss jabs. It's purposeful. Hashtag anti-diet, hashtag anti-diet culture, hashtag fat liberation. And she posted this July 8th. Sorry. It was taking me a second to remember.
Why they keep calling
Sorry, it's taking me a second to remember what month was 7.
why they keep calling them weight loss jabs. Now this might sound really, really minor.
Making a mountain out of a molehill, as always. Nothing new here, sis.
But language is everything. And I was thinking about that, going, weight loss jabs. That's a choice. Because
Sitting here pondering about GLP-1s, even though people in the fat acceptance community act like they're completely unbothered by them. Sounds about right.
Because when we think about other injections that one may get,
You know, Botox, filler, etc. Vaccines. I mean, I've never done it, but there are some recreational substances you can inject. I don't know what else you can inject.
vaccinations, 100%, we would call them a jab, right? That's a jab.
I don't know, maybe this is like a UK thing. I've never called anything a jab. Except like when you make fun of someone, or like, not making fun of someone, when you like say something mean, like that's a jab. I don't think of it like as an actual jab.
But we wouldn't call Botox getting a jab.
I guess not. I feel like Americans don't use the word jab that much.
Or we wouldn't call getting filler a jab. We just call that injections. That doesn't get the grander word of jab, because jab makes us think, especially coming back to like COVID, right? That's so fresh in our minds.
To me, jab insinuates harm.
It's about, it's a vaccination. It's an inoculation against a disease. That's what a jab tends to be. And so...
Okay, philosopher. I love how people in the fat acceptance community act like they're philosophers or like doctors of literature and diction.
They are trying to frame and paint the GLP-1s, these weight loss drugs.
Oh, okay. So if jabs, and they're gonna say that they're acting like fatness is a disease and needs to be cured, like how vaccines help people build up antibodies to fight against disorders and diseases. Guys, I'm psychic. I know this. Say this. I know she's gonna say this exactly.
Drugs as something more nobler, right? They're trying to elevate their status. They're not just a drug. They're not just an.
That wasn't where I was thinking it was going. But I feel like getting filler and Botox would be more pretentious than a vaccine. And I guess depending on who's talking about it or who's getting a GLP-1, I feel like that would be on the same level of pretentious or money as filler. It's expensive. I know some people can get it covered by insurance, but not everyone.
Injection, like a vanity injection, like Botox or filler. These are a jab. This is a vaccination against fatness.
Ooh, I was right. It just took her a second. Guys, I'm literally a genius. I quite frankly literally know everything. So I don't know why any of you guys question me. I mean, you guys don't really question me, but I know everything, so I just continue to prove that point more and more. Every single video.
Against the O word. I read in a paper, the war on the O word, right?
She can't even say the O word. Like it's a fucking slur. Like it's a cuss word. Say it with me, the war on obesity, because there is an obesity epidemic here in the United States, but I'm not sure if it's declared over in the UK, but it probably should be, with 66% of you motherfuckers being overweight.
This is how much they're trying to build the GLP-1s up. And I just think that's so fascinating, right? It's such a fascinating choice of words because it's trying to eliminate this idea of it being for vanity reasons or...
I think it can be for both, but majority of the time that people are prescribed GLP-1s, they usually are obese. And people can lose weight for multiple reasons, but most of the time when you are trying to lose weight, I feel like primarily it's about health and wanting to live a long, healthy life. And secondarily, it is for vanity reasons. You know, I want to lose weight because one day my husband and I would like to have children, and it's extremely dangerous for mother, but also baby, for the mother to be obese while pregnant. I would also like to be a healthy weight, so when I do have said kids, I can keep up with them. And I can also live a long, healthy life and raise my children and be around for a long time, but also be around for my husband in our marriage. But also at the same time, I'm over this fucking saggy fupa. I've been wanting to show it because I feel like last year or the beginning of the year, I showed my saggy fupa in my video. When I reacted to one of my old videos where I was talking about like, oh, if bitches are fat phobic, then you like show your fupa. I'll insert the video here.
Come here. Yeah, come. Bitch, yeah.
Yeah, I would also like to be healthy, but I also... Look at this. It's gotten so much smaller. But look at this. I don't want this. I get rashes under here. I don't want this. I want it to be like a normal flat stomach. It literally has a crease right here because it's been like because it's been like that for 20 years. Like, God forbid. I want this to be flatter. I want my boobs to be bigger than my stomach. But that comes secondary. So yeah, people can be on GLP-1s because they want to lose weight. But also, so they don't look like a garbage bag full of Play-Doh. It's not that hard to comprehend. Like, two things can be true at once, okay?
Frivolous reasons. This is about inoculation. This is about protecting our population.
God forbid the government cares about their people. That's literally their job.
From the O word. And I just think, like, it's a really, really interesting marketing technique, and it's purposeful.
Obesity is a disease, which is a risk factor for many other disorders and diseases. As much as the government and many corporations rely on the overconsumption of obese people, there are still some politicians, there is still some people of the general public, you know, taxpayers, doctors, just regular old people, that want to see themselves, but other citizens, or I guess literally just any other fat person, lose weight and be healthy. It's really not that hard to wrap your head around. But I know people in the fat acceptance community are very dense. I don't know if it's because they're so fat, their body doesn't know where else to put the adipose tissue, so it like starts to go in the skull. It makes them more closed-minded and stupid. But, you know, that's just one theory. That's what I'm trying to work that one out.
Because these are just weight loss drugs. But these are jabs. These are a vaccination against fatness.
Yeah, and you should get one. Because that so-called recovery that you're going through doesn't look like it's going that well, sis. I hope I'm not the first one to tell you that, but I think, unfortunately, I am, because no one in your life has said anything, obviously. All right, let's do one more. Now this dog is playing with my jewelry box. Should be one in November. Maybe she'll be calm one day. I'll go just grab her. Look at this bad girl. Look at this bad girl. The baddest girl ever. Yeah, you don't want to be up here? Then stop being bad. And I don't have to hold you. Just kidding, she's really not bad. You guys know how dramatic I am. My little 𝒸𝒻𝑜𝓁𝓁𝓈. Alright. What do we want to watch? Oh, here's a wall of text. What? The caption says, "This was a big milestone for me, eating alone, but I did it and it felt so free. I will 100% be doing this more often. This is your sign to do the thing on your own. Hashtag body positivity, hashtag body neutrality, hashtag self-love heart, hashtag self-confidence." And she posted this June 11th. I don't know if this music is copyrighted. If not, I'm just gonna mute it. So she's eating and reading Monsters. I'm sure maybe some of you guys know what that is. "I know I won't be the only fat person to feel this. I've always had a tentativeness in eating in public." Is that the right grammar, or am I just fucking stupid? "I've always had telekinesis in eating in public. The judgment, the scrutiny, the unintentional invitation to other people's opinions on my food choices and habits. Compound that with the idea of eating alone. No. With no allies. With no allies. We talking about other fat people, or do you usually eat with your skinny bodyguard to protect you from people's opinions? With no allies or backup in case my fears become reality. I have put off taking myself out to lunch for the past 33 years. You have never ate alone in 33 years? I find that hard to believe. Unless you don't count eating McDonald's in your car. But I did, and it was glorious. It's almost like the things that we convince ourselves are untrue, you know? What was that that lady from my second to last video? She was like, talking about how she's a fucking paranoid schizophrenic when she eats in public because her food's being tapped and the plates has a wire on it, and people are watching and listening to her while she eats. Versus
An honorable mention is finishing your food at a restaurant. It feels like there is FBI level surveillance when you do this.
This is why I say I feel like people in fat acceptance have paranoid schizophrenia. I think that as well.
Everything is microchipped. Everyone is watching you.
It was an hour all about me. No, I think 24/7 is probably about you. It was an hour where I got to eat deliciously and spent my time deliciously. I think you eat delicious food all day, every day, because that's how you're 355 pounds, if not more. It was quiet and introspective. And in that moment, I recognized how far I've come in allowing myself to step into the life I dreamt for myself. You dream about eating alone in restaurants? My dreams are very different than yours. And I know it's just lunch, but it was my lunch. Babe, it's never that serious, I promise you. As much as our intrusive thoughts try to control us, I promise you, no one is thinking about you as much as you are thinking about yourself. No one is judging you as much as you are judging yourself. No one is watching you eat. You just happen to be in the same vicinity of other people, and you may just come into their eyesight. No one is usually judging what you eat unless your food looks horrible, deplorable, or very scrumptious. And, we did some research earlier. 66% of adults in the UK are overweight or obese. So you're probably in restaurants with other overweight and obese people, and they're probably having the same paranoid thoughts as you, thinking that people are judging them, wiretapping their food, and just being consumed with other intrusive thoughts. Yeah. It's never that serious, I promise you. People only think about you when they look at your shit on social media. That's it, probably. Or unless they're like your friends or family members. No one is sitting up at night, staring at their ceiling, pondering for hours in the pitch black with maybe the street lights peeking through their curtains, wondering what queen beast ate. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think things like this literally just prove how mentally ill people are in the fat acceptance community. I know I always joke about how I think people in the fat acceptance community have schizophrenia because they're so delusional, and, you know, sometimes they literally feel like they're on a different planet than us. But a lot of you guys are like, I have OCD, and sometimes the things that they say remind me of my symptoms, and so it's some sort of mental illness, okay? Whether it's compulsions or hallucinations or narcissism or some sort of other personality disorder going on in the mind. There is something going on in the minds of people in fat acceptance community. Myself in the past included. God, I don't know how the fuck I escaped. You know, I should really be thanking God and the universe more for the wake-up call I had, because goddamn was I in deep. Alright, this is enough of this lady. It's about 1 p.m. I guess I'll go walk my little dog again. Let me know what you thought about Hannah, aka Queen Beast Says. She's been someone I've been wanting to cover, but she gets lost in the long list of content that I have in mind. But also then there's always just like something stupid and like dumb breaking news in the fat acceptance community that needs to be talked about. Or something Tess Holiday does that I just want to talk about because she's my best friend. Totally kidding. Best friends wouldn't block you on Instagram. If you guys didn't watch my previous video, I am doing a giveaway for 15K subscribers. I think I'll have that go for 2 weeks. So I'll put it on the screen when it ends. So go check out my last video, the one before this, if you want to enter that giveaway. I'm giving away $50 to 4 different subscribers. I'll have all of the rules and in the description of the other video, so you guys can apply or win or enter the giveaway if you haven't already. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video. If you enjoy me, consider subscribing. I would love to see you back here again. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Peace. And Sochi says goodbye. Come here. Bye, people. Bye, people. Bye, people. Bye, divas. Bye, 200-something divas that are members of my mom's channel membership. Bye, divas. I love you, girl.